Hi everybody, what's brewing? I'm Mike Biana and this is Coffee Talk. In the large unrest of today's world, it has become easy to turn off the TV news, look the other way, and just forget about what's happening in our world. So it becomes increasingly rare when we come across someone who wants to do something about the injustices that we face each and every day. It becomes even more unique when that someone is merely a teenager. Joining us at the coffee table today is Marcel van Hemert, who at the tender age of 13 is already raising funds and awareness about the Syrian refugees fleeing to Eastern Europe. Marcel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Now, before we get started, Commissioner Lago had you come to a city commission meeting late March. So let's hear from Commissioner Lago now.
I had the pleasure of meeting Marcel, first via an email conversation that we had, and then next at City Hall. I was extremely impressed by his demeanor, his academic achievements, and his ability to really get involved both at the local level and international level through his philanthropic endeavors. Marcel, I wish you the best. You're the type of individual that hopefully one day will replace me on the commission, and if I can ever be of assistance here or abroad, I look forward to serving you.
Those are some really nice words from Commissioner Vince Lago. Marcel, how did it feel to have him contact you about this?
I was really happy to have him contact me. I have appeared before the City Commission before. Right. I've won a lot of geography bees with my school, St. Theresa Catholic School, and I've appeared before the commission, and so being up there for something that I've done it's great to feel like to feel the recognition. Right,
of course. And you know, before we get started to talking about what it is that you've done and you continue to do, I want to paint a little picture for the audience here about who you are and where this is all coming from. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Marcel van Hemert. I'm 13 years old. I'm an 8th grader and student council president at St. Theresa Catholic School. I have always wanted to be a diplomat when I grow up. One of my greatest passions is geography, and that has kind of led me to fund for this project and to kind of kick this off.
You're well on your way to being a diplomat that we can all rely on in the future, Marcel. A little point of clarification, and just for the audience to know, I thought Marcel was 16 years old when he came in here. He is just so smart and so mature at his age. At 13, Marcel, I was trading Pokemon cards and playing outside with my friends. And I know you do some of that too, some playing around with your friends, but you're doing something that is going to encompass and just change the world. So how is it that someone as young as you got to want to raising awareness and funds for the Syrian refugees?
I was elected student council president at St. Theresa School this past year. So as student council president, I wanted to originate a service project that would exemplify leadership.
Right.
And I had always wanted to do a United Nations Day at the school.
Okay.
And it was very coincidental. Our school is celebrating the 90th anniversary of St. Theresa School, and the United Nations is celebrating their 70th anniversary. And so I decided to do United Nations Day. And then it came to me that I should create something that impacts the community more.
Now, the fundraising part is obviously the tangible part of this whole process, but I know that when you started out, you were more inclined and more interested in raising awareness for the Syrian refugees, because a lot of us are probably a little miseducated about that. So what was the process behind that?
I guess when I was doing my research about them, I figured out a couple things that I think would really change the minds and hearts of some people if they knew about it. And the fact that over half of these refugees are children, younger and slightly older than I am, really touched me, because these children have not been in school for 5 years. This conflict has been going on for 5 years. 11 million of these refugees are displaced. And I feel like the children, the fact that I mentioned about the children is extremely scary and not good, because these children are witnessing things that no child should witness. They're witnessing the loss of homes, the loss of family. And this is also the generation that has been out of school for 5 years, that will be charged with rebuilding Syria once the civil war is over.
All right, Marcel, we happen to be filming this on a school day. I see you're still in your uniform from
Yeah.
St. Theresa School, which is obviously here in Coral Gables, celebrating their 90th year in conjunction with the city of Coral Gables. So I know a lot of the things that you've been doing have taken place in Coral Gables and have been helped by the city of Coral Gables. So tell me about that.
Yes, all of my efforts have taken place here in the city. I want to take this opportunity, now that we're talking about what the city has done for me, I want to thank all of the city citizens who have attended any of the fundraising that I've done, any who have heard me. I want to thank them for making my project so successful. I've raised over $7,000 all here in this city. And I want to also thank Mayor Kaysen, Commissioner Lago, and all the commissioners of the city of Coral Gables for having me appear before them in the commission in late March. I also want to thank the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce for allowing me to use the flags in United Nations Day, which you will probably see some pictures of. They loaned me the flags from the Flags on Ponce program, and it worked out wonderfully.
So you obviously have raised funds, you've raised awareness, you've really been doing your part on educating the Coral Gables community and beyond about this. How do you go about raising that awareness? I know you go around and speak on this quite a bit.
Yeah, starting in November of last year, I was making speeches and doing fundraising for the refugees. I've made speeches at St. Augustine Catholic Church and Student Center at the University of Miami, and at Little Flower Catholic Church, my home parish. And I've also done some door-to-door donut sales, bake sales at those speeches, and I have an online platform that you can donate to.
Tell us about that.
So Catholic Relief Services has an online donor drive set up, and I actually have the URL here.
Sure.
If you'd like to see it. It's http://crs.donordrive.com/participant/Marcel.
Marcel, you have given us so much insight, and obviously we are rooting for you to continue your work. Is there a nice bow that you want to put on this? Anything you want to say to the folks watching?
My original goal of this project was to educate, to fundraise, and to inspire people to do more for the refugees that have so little done for them. And I encourage everyone out there to pray for them, to fundraise, even just whatever you can do.
Any little bit helps.
Any little bit helps,
Yeah.
to assist them.
Marcel, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your insight with us.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Marcel van Hemert, who is just 13 and is already impacting and changing the world in which we live. That'll do it for this edition of Coffee Talk. Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube page. I'm Mike Biana. Thanks for watching, and stay beautiful, Coral Gables.